Welcome to your free English lesson. This series will focus on parts of speech. This lesson will cover prepositions of manner. It is important to write when you are asked to. It helps you to learn. You can use a whiteboard, but ideally a notebook would be best. That way, you can keep a record of your learning. There are 5 intended learning outcomes to achieve by the end of the lesson. 1. We are learning to understand what a preposition is. 2. We are learning to explain why we use prepositions. 3. We are learning to identify common prepositions of manner in sentences. 4. We are learning to use prepositions to describe manner. 5. We are learning to identify the noun phrase after the preposition. A preposition is a word that tells us where, when, or how something is related to something else. A preposition usually comes before a noun. Here are some examples. The keys are in my bag. The cup is beside the plate. Prepositions help us describe location, place, talk about time, show movement or direction, connect ideas clearly in sentences. Without prepositions, sentences are confusing or incomplete. Most prepositions follow this pattern: preposition plus noun or noun phrase. Some examples include near the door, through the park, by the window. Prepositions of manner are words that show how something is done. They tell us the way or method in which an action happens. It is placed before a noun or noun phrase to give information about how an action happens. Adverbs of manner also show how something happens, but a noun or object is not needed, and they can stand alone in a sentence. Preposition: she spoke in a soft voice. Adverb: she spoke softly. Here is the preposition by. This is the definition. By shows the method or means of doing something. Listen to the example sentences. She travelled by bus. The book was written by John. He solved the problem by thinking carefully. Here is the preposition with. This is the definition. With shows the tool, instrument, or manner used. Listen to the example sentences. He cut the paper with scissors. She painted the picture with care. They built the house with wood and bricks. Here is the preposition like. This is the definition. Like shows similarity or comparison in manner. Listen to the example sentences. He runs like a professional athlete. She writes like a poet. You paint like an artist. Here is the preposition as. This is the definition. As shows role, function, or manner. Listen to the example sentences. She acted as a guide for the tourists. He works as a teacher in the school. They used the room as a meeting place. Here is the preposition without. This is the definition. Without shows an action done, lacking something. Listen to the example sentences. He completed the task without hesitation. She cooked dinner without help. They left without saying goodbye. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. She wrote with a pencil. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. She wrote with a pencil. The preposition is with. Here is an extender for anybody who would like a challenge. Rewrite the sentence and change the noun phrase after the preposition. Check that it makes sense. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. She travelled by train. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. She travelled by train. The preposition is by. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. They built the model with wood. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. They built the model with wood. The preposition is with. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. The students worked in a group. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. The students worked in a group. The preposition is in. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. You ran like the wind. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. You ran like the wind. The preposition is like. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. He works as a chef. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. He works as a chef. The preposition is as. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. They finished the project without help. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. They finished the project without help. The preposition is without. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. She decorated the room with streamers. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. She decorated the room with streamers. The preposition is with. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. He acted as a leader. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. He acted as a leader. The preposition is as. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. We sent the message by email. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. We sent the message by email. The preposition is by. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. They painted the room in bright colours. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. They painted the room in bright colours. The preposition is in. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. They fight like wild animals. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. They fight like wild animals. The preposition is like. Write this sentence, then circle the preposition. The children played outside without jackets. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answer. Check your answer. The children played outside without jackets. The preposition is without. Thank you for watching this video. Watch it as many times as you need to master the intended learning outcomes. I hope that the content helped you to learn more about prepositions of manner. Please like and subscribe for more lessons. There is a lot to learn, so don't give up. Keep believing in yourself and you will learn. See you next time. Bye.